Here with members of the Board of Directors, members of the Board of Education, members of the Smarter Committee, here to promote and remind people that Tuesday, June 4th is a big day in Manchester, the Smarter 2 referendum, and we're here to tell you to vote yes and get a pass. We've been working on this since 2013. We passed phase 1, which the voters, when approved that, they also agreed that we should do a Smarter 2 and actually in that vote. But it's a big vote for Manchester. We will, by the end of this, when we vote yes, we will have, by 2025, we will have updated 21st century schools that will be great for an atmosphere for the classroom, better learning atmosphere. And so it's been a pleasure to, as the chair of the Board of Directors, to endorse this, along with Chairman Thames and the Board of Education, Smarter 2 Chair, Director Eckbreath. This is not only here to promote the referendum as a board, but this is Republicans and Democrats saying that this isn't about party affiliation, this is about our children and the future of our community. And that being said, I'll turn it to Chairman Thames for a few words. Chairman Thames.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to go on a limb and venture to say that this is probably one of the greatest bipartisan efforts that the town of Manchester has ventured into. When we renovate these schools, it's going to be an opportunity for our kids to learn in the 21st century community learning center, where they will have access to the best technologies and be able to learn on par with any school system in Connecticut and hopefully in the world. That's our goal, right, Superintendent? Yes. So I implore you, come on out and vote on June 4th. This is a very important referendum. It's going to impact the lives of families for decades in the Manchester community. But we can only do it with your vote. Thank you. Come on out, June 4th.
Thank you, Chairman Thames. And I'd like to welcome Director Eckbreath, who is probably the best at answering the questions out in the community on social media. And I thank her for her effort, because anytime you have anything like this, the information out there sometimes is not exact, or people are getting a different view on it. So Director Eckbreath has been involved with the Smarter Committee since day one as a committee person, along with Director Gates, who is right behind me, and Mr. Brian Murphy, who is also on the Smarter Committee 1 and 2. Thank you for your efforts, the three of you, on that committee all those years. But Director Eckbreath, just a few words going into Tuesday's referendum.
Well, I would just say that, make no mistake about it, this is a cost-effective plan. I know we're in an economy where people are worried about taxation. It's the #1 thing you read every time you pick up the paper, but this is a plan that is cost-effective. It's a plan that's going to move the investments from our children, our teachers, and our community forward. And I think we've looked at all the moving pieces, and we've come up with a plan that is no longer going to wait for our schools to be finished, that is so cost prohibitive. This plan amounts to anywhere from $5 to $13 a month investment, and that's because we maximize the state reimbursement on it. And at the end of the day, we end up getting technology out of this, we end up getting parity, so that every student that walks into any one of our elementary public schools is given the same quality education. We want Manchester to become the choice, not the magnets in the other schools, although they offer options. We want the first choice of our parents to be our Manchester Public Schools, and we are on the road to doing that. We have seen success with our first phase. We see gains happening in our test scores and what's happening with our curriculum changes, and I think this is the way to go. We definitely supported it under our first referendum, and this is really just backing it up, the commitment to the other half of our community, so that every single child receives the same quality experience in 21st century learning and technology, and all the arguments that come along with moving forward and becoming, really moving our education system forward to a level that we all desire for our children.
Thank you, Director Eckbreath. And Deputy Mayor Hackett, I know that you've been involved with the Board of Ed for a long time as a former Board of Education chairperson. Could you tell us a little bit of the history?
Absolutely. So Manchester's been at this work for a long time. There's been many generations of public servants and citizens who have contributed to a lot of the analysis of what will better look like for Manchester Public Schools. Some of you might remember in the late 90s and early 2000s, we had two massive referendums. One was called 10 Like New Elementary Schools. The other one was the All Schools Plan, and those did not pass. I mean, there were criticisms about the scope of that, the price tag, And so it's really through revisiting the plan and kind of trying to rebuild a different approach. This approach that's phased ensures that the elementary schools get the attention that they need. I think it's very efficient. I think it is economical. It utilizes state grant funding to the max, as far as I'm concerned. So this work began with the Board of Ed Chair Craig Lappin back from, I think, like the early 90s. And so, you know, thanks to Craig and then many, many other citizens who helped move this along, we're at a really critical juncture to complete this work finally. So I urge everyone to get out on June 4th and to support this referendum.
Thank you. Thank you. So June 4th, folks, we need you to come out. It's a big day in Manchester. To use my sports analogy, we're on the 1-inch line. We just need to get in that end zone right now to finish the job. So on Tuesday, you're saying yes to our schools, you're saying yes to our children, but more importantly, you're saying yes to the community and the future of this community. You know, we spent smarter, Warren, if you haven't gone through our schools, go through Waddell, go take a ride by for Plank, see the construction, go down to Cheney Bennett, go over to the high school, remember the addition over there, or even go over to Highland Park School. We've invested well with the taxpayers' money. As a matter of fact, $5 million of this past referendum, hopefully we're going to carry over with a vote on Tuesday to help add some money to decide what we're doing with the schools, the other schools in the future. So it's been a smart investment from day one. The results have been phenomenal. The look on our children's faces when they walk into those newly renovated schools is priceless. So I hope you come out again, say yes to our schools, say yes to our children, but more importantly, say yes to Manchester. Thank you.